everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie and today I'm here to do a book review for Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. This is book 6 in the Throne Glass series and I finally read it, guys. After almost 3 years of rereading the first 5 books in the series, I finally picked Tower of Dawn up and I loved it. It was really great. And I cannot wait to share my thoughts with you guys in this video. This will be a spoiler-free review, so I will not be spoiling anything that's in this book. So without me rambling on any further, let's jump right in and get started. So as a quick synopsis to the backstory of this book, like I said, this is book 6 in the Throne Glass series, and the Throne Glass series overall follows our main character, Selena Darthian, who is the most feared assassin in all the land in the first novel, and she is currently in prison in that first novel for events that we find out about in the Throne Glass novellas. And the only way she can escape her freedom is by entering this competition to become the king's main assassin. Now, this book in particular follows Kale at the same time that the events of the 5th book are going on. So this is a parallel novel to that novel. I read those 2 novels back to back. You can read them at the same time. I can try to find a reading order on the internet and I'll link it down below if I can find one and let you guys see that. But yes, so now that the synopsis is done, let's jump into my actual one. So starting off with the characters, as far as my thoughts on Kale as a whole, I have enjoyed him for the first 5 books. He was never my favorite character. I will say that, especially after the events of the 2nd book, which again, I'm not going to spoil if you guys haven't read the series. But I think he really grew on me during this book. I think he really grew as a character, which made me like him even more. And by the time the novel was over, I found this like newfound respect and appreciation for his character in the story. I think he just grew so much, dealing with the events of Queen of Shadows, and he's in a wheelchair now, and that really impacts him as a character. And I think seeing him come to terms with that disability really, amazed me that he, even though he was dealing with this injury, he was still a very headstrong character, and he never let it get him down, which I really enjoyed. And I also enjoyed the side characters in the story, especially Urine. I think I'm saying that right. I'm so sorry if I'm not. I really liked her character as well. Overall, the characters in this book were really, really great. The central ones, and then the side characters, all of them were fantastic. I'm diving into the romance elements of the story. Kale and the love interest, who is Urine, I will say that, definitely had a chemistry. There is a hate to love romance element. Hate to love is also a very slow build romance, which are 2 of my favorite things. I love hate to love romances, and I kind of like those slow build ones. It never took a big part of the story away. I think it was just there because why not? I think it was very, very cute. It was very fluffy, and the way it ended for them, which again I won't spoil, was just so tear to my heartstrings. So yeah, romance, super, super cute. Probably my favorite in the entire series. Then diving into the plot. So this is where I had the most trouble with this book for the longest time. If you guys watch any of my reading vlogs, you would know that I kept saying while I was reading this book that it was very, very slow. It was for the good 400 pages or so. By the page 550 or so, that's when everything hit, and that's where I found myself not being able to put this book down. There was twists and turns at every corner. There was reveals that I did not expect coming, and it just blew my mind and boosted up a star rating for what I was originally going to give it to what I ended up getting it in the end. I just loved the ending of this book. Yes, it is slow. If you guys are reading this and you're thinking it's slow, just push through to the last 150, 200 pages and you will not be disappointed. I loved the plot. Then finally, I just want to quickly talk about the disability representation in this book. So disability rep isn't something we get a ton of in books, and it's really something I wish we saw more of, especially in fantasy, because that's what I mostly read. And though I can't speak on the representation and how well it's done in this book, I will say it was a breath of fresh air to see that disability rep. You know, our main character is in a wheelchair, and that plays a pretty big part in his character development, like I mentioned earlier. And, you know, we see him recovering from this throughout the entire story. It's kind of here and there throughout, but it's there, and it's just, again, it was really great to see. And I will go ahead and link some own voices reviews down below of people who, you know, can speak properly on this representation, but from what I've heard, it actually is done really well, so that is great. And I was just very, very pleased to see it done in a fantasy novel. Overall, I really enjoyed Tower of Dawn. I ended up giving this a 5 out of 5 stars in the end. Like I said, it was kind of a surprise that I ended up giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I did think it was so slow for a good majority of the book. It was standing at a 4-star up until, again, the last 150 pages or so. I just ended up loving it in the end, and yeah, really great, 5 out of 5 stars. And that's everything I would have to do, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts on the first 5 books in the Throne of Glass series, also with the Throne of Glass novellas, I will go ahead and link my series review that I did in 2016 up on the screen for you guys, so you guys can go check out if you haven't already. Also, I'll go ahead and link all my social media links all down below for you guys to go check out if you like to follow me on any of those. And all being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you soon for another video. Thanks for watching. Bye!